Guys, today we're going to teach you how to light paint. Thanks for choosing our manual. Welcome to our required knowledge session. The first definition we're going to go over is aperture. The aperture is a little disc in the lens that basically allows how much light is going to be let through. The aperture is measured in f-stops. The lower the f-stop that you have, the bigger hole that the light's going to be going through, so you get more light. So f1.4 is pretty much your biggest f-stop. And then it goes all the way down to about f22, and that's about your smallest f-stop. So generally you'll be shooting around probably 5.6 for night, 3.4, 5.6 depending on your lens. So as you can see here, this is the actual aperture in the lens. So as you can see right now, we're at the smallest setting, and then the camera does this automatically, but it'll open it up anywhere from here, the largest aperture, to the smallest aperture.
Light balance is a consideration of what color the light actually is. The sun is more of a white light, has all the colors in it, while incandescent bulbs, such as normal light bulbs, have more of an orange or red tint, and fluorescent bulbs have more of a bluish tint. Our eyes do this automatically, but the camera can't tell the difference. We have to be telling the camera what kind of light we're seeing. For the night shooting, we'll be using the white sun setting.
Depth of field is the range in which your subject will be in focus or out of focus. A large depth of field, your subject, say if he's standing here, a lot of the foreground as well as a lot of the background will be in focus. Whereas in a shallow depth of field, if your subject is strictly the target on the board, only the target on the board will be in focus. Everything in front of the foreground and in the background will be out of focus.
This is the camera's sensitivity to light. In the daytime, there's a lot of light available, so you want a low ISO. In the nighttime, there's a lot less light available, so you want to use a higher ISO. The camera's more sensitive to the light, and it'll pick up more. The problem with having a high ISO is there's more noise, and the picture will tend to look more grainy. For our purposes, we want to stay around the 200 to 400 range, so we still have enough light, but it's not too grainy.
Shutter speed is the amount of time that the sensor on the camera or film, but in our case sensor, is exposed to the light. There are a wide range of shutter speeds. As you can see here, this would be 1/2400th of a second, which would be extremely fast. However, that doesn't let much light in. What we're going to be doing is, since we're going to be writing our names, we're going to need quite a lot of time to let all that light in. And so we're going to be much further down on the range here, probably around 20 seconds. So I'll give you plenty of time to be writing your name in cursive and having some fun with it.
The equipment we'll be using are a Nikon D32 camera, a stable tripod, a memory card for your camera, and a light source. It can either be a flashlight, a glow stick, anything that will be able to set off light. And whatever color you will be using for this light source is going to be what color your name will show up.
Alright, so the first thing that you're going to want to do is going to be turn the camera on. So you do that by the switch on the right, and then you're going to want to set to manual mode, which is represented with the M on the dial. On your lens, you should have an automatic focus and a manual focus setting. So you're going to want to make sure that this is on manual focus. To change zoom in which your lens is set up is the back fatter dial. To change the focus is this front skinnier dial. And as you can see on this ring right here, there's a range of values, and that's approximately the distance away from the lens that your focus is. So for our purposes, we're going to set it to infinity. Then you're going to want to look at the screen and set the white balance. That's the menu button. Scroll down to white balance, as you can see here. And since we're inside right now, we're using a fluorescent mode. However, what we're going to want to use for the outside in our light painting photo will be direct sunlight. Then you can click the menu button again, twice, exit. Then to change your ISO, press the I in the bottom left-hand corner here, where you can use this pad to direct to the ISO area. Click OK, and then you can choose your ISO range from there. For this, we'll just choose 800, press the I again, and you're good to go. To change the shutter speed, you can use simply this dial in manual mode, and so you're going to want to go down to around 20 with the two little dashes on top. Change the aperture, you're going to hold this button down on the right, and then use the same dial.
Now that we have our camera set up, let's head outside.
Now we're outside, even though it's daylight, we're going to show you how to do it. First thing you're going to want to do is going to choose your scenery.
Generally focus your camera, face away from the camera. So this is the camera as a model, and you want to hold the flashlight backwards towards the camera, and then just write your name in cursive making sure your body doesn't block the light from the camera. If you want to write multiple words, turn the light off or cover it with your hand in between each word so there's not a light connecting the two words.
The next step is going to be to pan and to zoom your lens appropriately so you can write your name in the frame. After making sure that your light metering is neutral, have your friend press the shutter button and begin light painting. If you follow each step carefully, your result should end up something like this. Thanks again, you guys. We hope you had a great time. If you have any comments or questions, just leave them below. Have a great day.